has sort of allowed television to come out there with such openness and take on films head on? Because I think there has been a trade-off at some stage, right?
Yeah, I think all the factors that we were criticized for, India was criticized for its population. People were very cynical about it. They said, you must have control of the population. But those are the very demographics that are now working in our favor. The number of people that go and see a television show brings in the TRPs. The number of consumers that buy consumer products shows that, that there are, thank God that there are so many people, because so many people are buying goods. So television has been a great revelation, primarily because it's had the liberty to spread out. We have, over 400 or 500 channels.
Yeah. In all kinds of languages.
In all kinds of languages. Yeah. That's incredible. Nowhere in the world, I think, has the expansion of television been as big and as vast as it has been in India.
I've been asked this before, but I would still be curious. Have you thought of one medium better than the other, more preferred than the other, or is it the stage of the actor that matters?
I think it's a very individual decision. When I was, excuse me, to do television, everyone in the family and all my advisors said, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. But happily it worked. And I'm happy to see that there are contemporaries of mine who are also free and doing very well.
Would you go to the extent of saying the small screen is the big screen today?
No, I would not. There is still the charm of cinema. Will always be there. And I think that rather than accept defeat, if you're trying to aim that way, I would say that cinema should really be competing with the viewer from taking him out of his house and bring to the theatre.
You were talking about TRPs earlier. This whole rush towards one-upmanship within the whole TRP structure. Do you think, while that's great in terms of advisors, great for the anchors who are doing it, the actors who are doing it, from the other side, the audience side, some way there's a compromised quality of work, quality of what you get to watch?
I'm not happy with the way the TRPs are
driving everyone.
Yeah, or adjudicated, or the system that decides what it is. I mean, they just have, 7,000 boxes for 1 billion people.
Quality is not so important as the quantity is.
Yeah. So I don't know how it works. I'm sure that, we need to have a system which is more independent, which is more within the country, rather than rely on a system which has been working outside the country. Once that is achieved, then we'll get a true figure of who the actual viewers are, and perhaps get a better idea and perhaps improve our quality.
You were talking about endorsements, reflecting on it in some way about the consumers. As an actor, I'm sure you're constantly looking at the perceptions that the economy is creating, the whole India story, and you see this, read about it. What is your understanding of this massive potential that our country has to offer?
It's the opening up of the economy, I'll have to say that. And I'd always believe that once the economy improves of a country, everything about it suddenly starts getting noticed. The food, the culture, the dress, music, the films. I think that was the greatest motivator for everything that is now happening to India. Thank God for that, because suddenly everything concerned with India is up there. And to think that, in the next 20 years we're going to be the second biggest economy in the world for a country that just 15, 20, 80 years ago was not even in the reckoning, is a massive improvement. Yes, with such rapid development, there will be vacuums, which is, pretty natural. People will have to make quantum leaps, and when you make quantum leap, you will...
Risk of falling is also there.
Yes, absolutely. But that, I think, has to be contended with, because otherwise you'll never reach the top.
How concerned would you be about everyday news around controversy, scams, and so on that, continue our country? Do you think it's a natural part of our going into a developed nation?
There are two things. One, that what is happening is obviously not digestible for the common man.
Yeah.
The other is how the media plays up to it, and what it's going to do with it, whether it has a certain code of conduct, How much must they expose? Is it going to harm the people? Is it going to harm the quality? All that is, I think, in a very nascent stage at the moment. And I think as time goes by, we will find a lot of improvement in the way news comes out and in the way perhaps corruption is curtailed.
Do you think sometimes the economy or the economics of it are much ahead of leadership, politics, and perhaps even the social fabric?
Yeah, you know, we don't yardstick to measure this because we're doing it for the fun, and therefore we really don't know. But so long as it's happening, and I think adjustments will be made. The very fact that we've been able to move so far ahead in such a short period of time goes to show that we have the potential and I'm sure that we'll balance it off somewhere.
Okay, one final question. Much of the audience is some of India's richest people, their CEOs, their thought leaders. What would you like to say to them about some of these things? As you know, I think people get inspired by you, not just because you're a great actor, because they also like to listen to your thoughts. So what would you like to say to them?
Gosh, I'm very embarrassed to hear all this, but I've always admired the entrepreneurship of the Indian, and no matter where he goes, he's always come out looking good. All these people have individual talents. They've never had the opportunity, perhaps never had the facilities. Now that they do, I'm sure that they do really well.
And you're enjoying your time at Kensville today.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you.
Such a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Nice talking to you.